Welcome to Review Every Ship by CitizenCon 2024. The point is to give an update on every ship since some haven't had a video made about them in years, and others the information is simply too spread out to be helpful in making decisions. When we do a concept ship that isn't in game, we'll theorycraft about what we think the final product will be using educated guesses and the information available at the time of the review. We'll go in depth, but we won't repeat everything on the RSI website. We will link to sources and fix any errors either in the description or in the comments. And remember, digital ships aren't imaginary. Digital ships are imagine necessary. Before we start, I am giving away an account with an Avenger Titan with a Stella Fortuna weapon. I'm also giving away a 400 eye skin and a 600 eye skin for a total of not one, not two, but 3 prizes. To enter the contest, make sure you're subscribed to Billionaire Ninjas. Leave a comment on at least one video and like or dislike this video. When you win, I will verify you through social media. So go and follow the Billionaire Ninjas page at Ninjas Leap on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. The 3 winners for each contest will be announced at the end of March 2024 and will have 2 weeks to claim their prize. The first person to verify gets to choose the best prize, so although you have 2 weeks, you'll want to reach out fast. So make sure you're watching every video as soon as possible to be the first to grab the prize. Back to the video. We are still at the Crusader manufacturer, and the final ships for the Crusader manufacturer are the Crusader Spirit series and its 3 variants. We have the Spirit C1, 125 standalone, 110 warbond, was 100 at concept and is unknown cost in game. The E1, 150 standalone, 135 warbond, was 135 at concept, unknown cost in game. The A1, $200 standalone, 175 warbond, was 155 at concept, unknown cost in game. These cannot currently be purchased in game as of 3.22.1. The Spirit series is time limited for purchase. I haven't been able to find these for rent, so I'm assuming these ships are not available to rent in game. Normally when a ship is not purchasable in game, it's not available for rent in game. For the sake of clarity, I will call each one of these by their unique names, so it'll be C1, E1, and A1. Crusader Industries brings its usual commitment to excellence directly to the civilian market with the C1 Spirit, a multi-purpose starship tuned for mid-range cargo delivery and courier work and enough versatility to tackle multiple roles and unpredictable jobs. Crusader Industries brings its usual commitment to excellence directly to the civilian market with the E1 Spirit, a mid-size multi-purpose starship aiming to redefine executive travel with VIP accommodations while packing enough versatility to tackle multiple roles and unpredictable jobs. Crusader Industries brings its usual commitment to excellence directly to the civilian market with the A1 Spirit, a mid-size multi-purpose starship equipped as a light bomber but packing enough versatility to tackle multiple roles and unpredictable jobs, the same way as the E1. The internal cargo prince, the ground combat prince, and the VIP transport prince.
Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababa. Genuflect, show some respect, down on one knee.
For measurements, they are all the same. Length 47.5 meters, beam 44 meters, height 10 meters. For crew, the Spirit series all have the same minimum crew, which is 1, and the maximum crew, which is 2. The C1 carries 64 SCU, the E1 carries 0 SCU, and the A1 carries 0 SCU. The Spirit series all have the same top SCM speed of 154, which is below average overall and way below average for its class, and max speed of 1120, which is above average as of patch 3.22.1 and above average for the medium class of ships. For maneuverability, the Spirit series is way below average overall as of 3.22.1, and as far as the size 3 medium class of ships, it's nearly the worst in its class, with only the Raft having worse maneuverability. For weapons, all the Spirit have 2 size 3 weapon hardpoints, 1 size 3 nose turret with dual size 3 laser cannons, and 4 size 3 missiles. The C1 adds a tractor beam, the A1 adds a remote dual turret and 10 size 5 ground bombs. The E1 adds a remote turret with only 1 gun but no ground bombs. For ship parts, the Spirit all have the same parts. 1 medium radar, 1 medium computer, 1 medium power plant, 1 medium cooler, 1 medium shield generator, 1 medium fuel intake, 1 medium fuel tank, a medium quantum drive, a medium jump module, and a medium quantum fuel tank. Just be aware with the ship matrix, those are always subject to change. The hull HP for the entire series is 67,600, which is way above average overall, being in the top 15 of all ships in the game, and it's way above average for the medium class of ships as well. They are second most armored in all of their class, only beaten by the Prowler. The shields on the Spirit series are the full stop industrial grade C shields, which are quadrant type shields. The shield pool is about 9,000 and it regens at 183 HP per second. For quantum capability, the Spirit series comes with Jaeger military grade B quantum drives. It travels 20 million kilometers in about 2 minutes and has a range of 248,000. That means it can travel just about anywhere in a single system and back at least once before needing to refuel. Some special features for the ships are, well, let's start with the amenities they all have. Bathrooms, a small kitchen area, 2 beds, suit lockers, and a weapons rack. The C1 comes with a cargo area, the A1 comes with a bombing station, and the E1 comes with the passenger seats and a few luxury passenger amenities. Now it's time to rate this ship. A rating I rate from 1 to 10. My 1 is only buy if you have a unique reason that is specific to you, or because you like the looks of the ship. My 10 is if you have the money, this ship is almost guaranteed to be useful to you in the game. A 1 doesn't mean the ship is useless or ugly, and a 10 doesn't mean that the ship is perfect. Just remember, this is just our rating. Please give yours in the comments down below, or you can beam them down to us, like we're Scotty from Star Trek. My rating for this ship is of course going to be handed out based on which variant we're looking at, but it just so happens that they all get the same score. The C1 is a 6, the E1 is a 6, the A1 is a 6. Let's start with what I like about all these ships. I absolutely love how these look. They are some of the more well-designed ships in the game. They all have a decent speed profile, and they are all well armored. And when I say well armored, I mean very well armored. What I like about the C1 specifically is that it can carry a decent amount of SCU for the cost and has decent guns. What I like about the E1 is it seems to be the entry level for VIP and luxury transport, which I'm excited to see what that gameplay brings and how much money it takes or makes. What I like about the A1 is it's the baby brother of the A2 and gets credit for being able to do a lot of what that ship can do for a fraction of the price. So what are the issues? Well, the issues with these ships are the same as with their big brothers. Doors, doors, doors. It's pretty much the same issue all the way down the line, too many doors. But an added issue in these are that they are almost exactly as maneuverable as the Hercules series, which boggles my mind actually. These are much smaller ships, so why do they have significantly less maneuverability? You would think that they would have medium ship maneuverability, but they don't. Why would a ship half the size have the same maneuverability with not even half the utility? The C1's issues specifically are the Zeus being able to carry 125 SCU, which nearly invalidates the C1's entire existence. The CL has twice the amount of cargo, adds an extra logout bed, has better weapons, and even has 3 times the shield generators, all for only $35 more. I just don't see why I would buy the C1 right now, but maybe it'll get balanced in the future. The E1's issues are that, well, it seems to not have any SCU storage and is supposed to carry a bunch of people. What are they supposed to do with their luggage? Overhead bins might not be enough. But I suppose I could be mistaken about its purpose. Perhaps it's transport and transfer only, and maybe that's the only thing it's supposed to do, but that would make it a much duller ship. But we'll just have to wait until that ship arrives in game. The A1's issues are basically it's not an A2. Its bombs aren't as powerful, and right now in game, they don't even work most of the time. At least they didn't last time I tried. It doesn't step its game up the same way the A2 does in the Hercules series when compared to its brethren. It doesn't have better armor, better weapons, better speed, or really anything better than the other siblings. At least not yet. So it's only for people who really want to drop bombs and can't justify the cost of the A2. And that might be a lot of people. There's a lot of bunker gameplay and a lot of PvP gameplay, especially at Jumptown. So we'll see what happens with that. So how would I fix these ships? I would give the C1 about 20 more SCU of cargo, a size bump on at least 1 weapon or turret, and a larger shield to be worth at least what it costs right now and not be a direct defeat from the Zeus Mark II CL. The A1 needs quite literally the same exact thing that I just said for the C1, except it should have also tougher hull HP, and you have to add another weapon hard point to make it worth that extra amount of money that I'm spending on it. It's $50 more. Actually, it's what, $75 more than its C1 brother. The E1 needs 16 SCU at least, a speed boost over the other variants, and either the tougher hull HP of the A1 or the added weapon hard point, but not both, because we do need it to be balanced. So who are these ships for? I imagine using the C1 for some very basic cargo, but it can hold its own in a few bounty missions as well. I imagine using the E1 for quick trips for my crew and missions where people who don't have a lot of luggage, they just need to get from point A to point B, but without a lot of security costs. I imagine using the A1 for bombing runs on small outposts, but mostly using it for threat presence. People will not want to deal with defending against one of these. I would be using these also to bomb groups during fleet battles and to make bombing runs on large and sub-capital ships, but probably not the full-on capital ships. I know you are here for R rating, but if you really want a ship, go buy it. We won't stop you, or even better, all ships can be earned in-game once the game releases, and some you can purchase in-game right now. These are just R ratings, but when you spend, it's your money. My opinion, these are all ships that you can buy and keep. None of these are bad ships. The only problem with these ships, in fact, is that they have better competitors. But Their competitors are only better if you need something very good at what it does, but each one of these is good enough at what they do. So that's why it's rated a 6 instead of something else. Now, I personally don't have a use for all of these ships because for the A1, I have an A2, so I don't need an A1. For the E1, well, I have a Constellation Phoenix Emerald, so I don't particularly need the luxury of that ship. And I have a Genesis Starliner, so I don't particularly need another ship that can carry people. And for the C1, well, I have a lot of ships that can carry cargo. So I don't particularly need these ships, but I could see why these might end up in someone's fleet. Now, would I pay solid price for these? Maybe the C1, but the rest, you better try to get a CCU for those because they're a bit overpriced. That's it for this one. Thanks for spending your time with us. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.